The honest customer support KPIs. KPIs, or key performance indicators, are what tells us in the customer service and customer support environment if we're doing a good job. But are all of these actually helpful? There's a plethora of them, and if you just Google, you'll see that you have gazillions of them, and it can get confusing because not all of them apply to you and your specific niche and your specific business for that matter. You're unique and you're different. What are some more honest KPIs that we need to look at in customer service? Well, according to Birdie, a technology company in the healthcare industry from the UK, and especially from Maxine, thank you Maxine for the inspiration of this video, we're going to look at some of the more honest ones that are relevant in customer support. These KPIs apply to any kind of business, so what makes you unique and special is down to your specific niche and how you operate. So let's have some fun. First, level resolutions. How are the rookie doing? Are they doing a good job? How many tickets are we assigning to them, and how many do they manage to solve? And how many do they escalate to somebody else? A way to improve this is to encourage self-service. This reduces the number of tickets that come into the system. Customers prefer these anyway as a first solution because they Google what they want to find out first, and if they can't find it, then do they reach out to you. This relieves your rookies of extra pressure, and it also relieves them of repetitive work that nobody wants to do anyway. The next honest customer support KPI is service level agreement, or how well you keep your promises to your customer. We provide uptime of 99%. We promise to put out a fire if there ever is one. We promise to get back to you within 24 hours over email and 5 minutes over the phone. How you improve this? Well, it all comes down to being realistic and actually delivering what you promise. What does a realistic commitment look like? Is it honest? Is it achievable? Well, then strive for that. Don't overpromise and then underdeliver. Rather, underpromise and overdeliver. That's always a very good experience for the customer, and they will love that. Okay, the next honest KPI is support team member retention. This is the number of people that work with you that don't run for the hills every few months. This is a very difficult one. Building a long-lasting team is one of the hardest things out there. Ask me. I have a hard time doing that myself. I work in the service industry, so it's difficult by nature. But anyway, let's continue. Some ways to improve this in customer support is to set the right expectations for the team. For example, don't overpromise on promotions. Not everybody can be a manager. Even if they're the best performing team member, it doesn't necessarily make them a good manager. Actually, rarely is the best performer the best manager as well. So be cautious with this. Diversify your task and allocate things evenly throughout the team so everybody is able to deliver value based on different skill sets and learn different things each time. Monitor your agent's NPS, so Net Promoter Score, and watch that carefully. A few more ways to keep your team from running away is going to be a competitive pay structure, bonuses based on quality, bonuses based on productivity. Some people work harder than others. Bonuses based on sales generated. This is my favorite one because selling is hard. Even if somebody's not as productive, but they sell more, I don't know, they have 5 interactions and they sell in 3 of them. Oh, yes, sir. Very favorite. Next honest customer support KPI. Ticket volume. The amount of love letters that your customers send you. The amount of attention your customers seek from you. The complaints written from the heart. You get the idea. Now, the way to keep this under control is to have a knowledge base where you document all your services or your products that you sell. You encourage self-service. So this is external facing. Now, internal facing, you have to document everything that you do. You have to create a blueprint and a methodology for people to solve requests on their own. They can read this up, they can learn, and they can solve requests on their own without asking too many questions. You can also leverage artificial intelligence to use all of this information and documentation so it doesn't go to waste, and you can use new technology to your advantage. Instead of just wowing your customers with AI that doesn't do anything for them, you build the backbone, which is this well-documented knowledge base which the AI can use, and encourage self-service and have a happy marriage to decrease your ticket volume. First, response time. The speed at which you demonstrate to your customers that they matter. Also, the speed at which you show them that their request has not fallen off a cliff. Now, this has ramped up across the years. So for email first response time, my best practice advice is under 2 hours. For live channels like phone and chat, it should be below 30 seconds. Now, how you improve this, you start by rethinking your channels that you offer support depending on your operational setup. Depending on your setup, you might want to opt first to just offer email support to make sure you set the right expectations, your team has time to process tickets before you offer support in the live channels like chat and phone. You don't go using the live channels unless your team is well trained and also you have your process documented that I mentioned in the previous point. Another way to improve this is to optimize your CRM. Make sure it's running smoothly. Make sure it doesn't have any business rules colliding with one another that is slowing your agents down so they solve tickets faster and they are able to see them faster and answer. Make sure there's good triaging happening also. Connect all of your systems together, like your backend where you keep your client data, your payment data, your CMS, your workforce management, whatever tool you use. Make sure that these are all connected to increase efficiency. Next one on the list is customer effort score. This is the way to find out if you are sweating as much as the customer is. I made a video about customer effort score and how to measure it and the importance of it, and I'll link it up top somewhere. Strictly for customer support, think about these KPIs. Think about the customer satisfaction. How satisfied is the customer with you? Think about the reply time, how much time it takes you to get back to the customer, because if they have an issue, they want an answer fast. How many touch points do you have? How many back and forths do you have with them? Ideally, you have as less as possible. Agents uptime. Are your agents busy enough? Are some of them slacking off and not receiving any customer service requests? And are some of them swamped with too much work? And last but not least, handling time. How long does it take for an agent to solve a ticket? Internal quality score. This score decides if your agents get a gold star or they get a bronze or they get the boot. How well do your agents perform? Some of them are better than others. Some of them have more dedication. Some of them like the job more. And if you give them the right incentives, then they will like the job even more and they will stay with you, offering better value to your business and as well to your customers. Next honest KPI is tickets on hold. The waiting room where customers go to listen to smooth jazz and elevator music. Nobody's there for the music. Maybe that one time I used to call customer service for Orange as a telephony provider and they had Blur Song 2. That was an amazing song and I just loved it. But I didn't especially call to listen to it. I just found out what it was and listened to it. It was just unnecessary information. You didn't need to know that, but whatever. It was a good customer experience. So in order to make sure the tickets don't stay on hold for very long, make sure to do good triaging. Also, build a flexible organization. Most businesses function on a seasonal basis, so there are peaks and there are, down times. So make sure your team is flexible so that they take on more work during peak and less work during downtime. Use a workforce management tool to anticipate this. Also, it's important to remember that 70% of us buy during evenings and weekends. So you can easily convert these into sales. Make sure you anticipate this and are aware of it. Avoid unnecessary loss of business by missing out on customer service requests, because those are valuable and those are indicators into people wanting something from you and wanting to stay with you. If they give up on you, they don't say anything and they just go away. So nurture that so you can have recurring revenue. Another honest KPI, manager to customer support rep ratio, or how many sheriffs per cowboys in the organization, how many captains per football team, how many alpha wolves within the pack. That's a bad analogy, but you get the idea. Last but not least, honest KPI is ticket resolution. The duration from how may I help you to is there anything else I can do for you? This is one of the two most important ones. If you solve something quick, then your customer will be happy and they will come back. In order for a request to be solved fast, an agent has to be incentivized, motivated, trained, and has to like their job. The process that they follow has to be available easily. And the customer, well, they're the customer. You can't have expectations from them, except to maybe, not be insufferable, but you can't really control that. They still are the customer. This has been the honest KPI list. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe to this YouTube channel. I'd be really grateful, and thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.